Hello everyone, my name is Lowko and welcome to the World of Warcraft Alpha. Today it is time to check out the artifact weapon line that you will be running when you're going to be playing a Demon Hunter. Now this is actually the second Demon Hunter that I leveled up. The very first one was a Night Elf Demon Hunter and I ran the Havoc artifact weapon quest line. Now in this particular case I would rather give the Vengeance spec a try, which is actually one of the two specializations that you will be having as you are a Demon Hunter in the game, and this is going to be focusing around tanking. Now I'm not 100% certain or whether or not this actually is currently already available. I do know for a fact that the damage spec is available. If the tanking one isn't available, we're gonna go ahead and do that one instead. But you know, I've already run that one once, but at the very least I will be able to explain at least a little bit better to you know, I will be able to explain at least a little bit better what is going on. How are you doing, Valeria the Camel Hoarder? How are you doing? She's running up the stairs apparently and bed pedaling. But anyways, so we're just simply gonna sit through the questline. Now, you may be wondering, what the heck is this? So, basically, once you hit level 100 in the Legion expansion, you will be able to unlock your artifact weapon. And the artifact weapon is basically the weapon that you will be carrying throughout most of the expansion. So, you're gonna be, you know, activating at level 100. You can customize it, you can upgrade it. You sort of have like a second tech tree for that weapon in particular as well. And it's like a lot of cool stuff that you can be doing with it, both in looks as well as like efficiency. So, in this particular case, like I mentioned, I'm running the Vengeance spec here, which focuses on tanking, and you know, I already know what the Havoc one looks like, but I'm kind of curious what Vengeance will be like as well. So we're gonna see what happens. So once you get to level 100, and keep in mind this is going to be early alpha as well, so it's not like everything is finished yet. There will definitely be some bugs and some placeholders ready to be displayed as well. But right when you hit level 100 and you go to Dalaran, you should be able to talk to Corvas the Bloodthorn right here. And he says, Master Lowko, Kane requested that you meet him at Chris's landing at once. She leans in close, her voice an urgent whisper. You must hurry. The Legion has eyes everywhere. So we need to make sure that we get on moving. We need to make sure that we get on to the objectives that she is giving us. Now keep in mind, this Dalaran that you know may very well look the exact same as you know, are aware of it. But look where we are. We are in the Broken Isles. The city is a little different than it was in Wrath of the Lich King. Definitely, you know, does look a little different. All is good though. We're running the Demon Hunter mount right here as well, which is, you know, a gift from Illidan when you're actually just starting up in the zone. And obviously, you know, I'm spoiling a couple of minor things here, but, you know, considering you're watching this video, you probably won't mind it too much. So let's have a look. Let's have a look what you have to say, my man.
Are all that stands between the Legion.
I am glad that Corvas has found you so quickly, Master.
If we do not meet again,
we have long relied on Lord Illidan to vanquish the Legion's strongest warrior. Many have expressed concern over efforts without him. Thankfully, their concerns may not matter much anymore. We know of 2 pairs of blades rumored to be more powerful than even Lord Illidan's that are not yet out of reach. If we act quickly, we should be able to hunt down one without forsaking a watch over the Legion's movement. I must defer judgment on which is most worthy of your time, Lowko. Alright, so basically, yeah, so we do get the chance to choose them. So basically, right from the get-go, right here at this moment, we get to choose what specialization we want to be running. And even though I'm currently in the, you know, the tanking spec, I can still go ahead and also get the Warglaives for Havoc instead. But like I mentioned, I'm gonna go ahead and pick the Aldrachi Warblades here, which should look very freaking awesome. I have no idea what they look like, but we'll figure it out. The mighty Aldrachi, I'm gonna call them Aldrachi, were one of the few to stand against the Burning Legion. It took Sargeras to fell their greatest champion, seizing his Warblades in the process. Now the treacherous Illidari Saria, servant of Kil'jaeden, wields the infamous Warblades. The more souls she claims, the more powerful she becomes. So these are going to be a massive damage boost right from the get-go. I'm going to go ahead and simply just select this one. Eventually, when you're playing, you will be able to play with both of them. But early on, you're going to definitely have to make a decision, because you're going to stick with those for at least a while. Are you sure that you wish to pursue this artifact? Yes. So I'm going to be choosing OK here for the Vengeance ones. Now this will lead you on a different quest line than the other one, as far as I'm aware at the very least. You will have like a different enemy that you will need to slay in order to, you know, obtain those weapons. And like I mentioned, these quests are actually rather difficult. At least the first one that I did was.
Dedicated to destroying the Burning Legion.
Alright, well chosen. There isn't a moment to spare. Saria Velsel was one of our best before she answered the Legion's foul call. She now wields the Aldrachi Warblades, the soul-rending armament of the ancient race's greatest champion, who fell only to Sargeras himself. We sent a party to track Saria down, but we have not heard from them in some time. Jace has nearly repaired a Legion's communicator so we can make contact. We need only a power source. Could you ask Khadgar for assistance? Our friends in this world are few. Alright, so we have to head back to Khadgar. Khadgar was actually standing right next to where we got the objective from the quest. So we have be heading back from him. Now, like I already mentioned, in this particular case, we're running one of the two specializations for the Demon Hunter. But this is actually true for every single class that you will have in the Legion expansion. So, for example, even if you're running a Warlock and you're running a Demonology Warlock, you're gonna have to do an artifact questline that is gonna be different than the Affliction one. And it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Like, there's a lot of different variations that you will see once it does come out. And there's a huge damage spike as well. But anyways, let's see. Archmage Khadgar, could you maybe help us out, dude?
Well met, champion. You are our last.
Sure. A Legion communicator. You know what? I think I have something in my lockbox upstairs that is just the ticket. Obtain the crystallized soul from Archmage Khadgar. Alright. So, I guess I'll be heading upstairs then. Where's your lockbox? Is it over here? Oh, wait. Am I blind? Oh, he's just coming with me. I was gonna say, I was just gonna steal it, sir. I'm sorry, my sincere apologies for not waiting for you earlier. Hold on for just a moment, I'm afraid I'm a bit of a pack rat. Really? You're an Archmage, though? But oh well. Now let's see, Apix's crystals. No. Those won't do at all. I must have put it over there. Really? You're a messy person, sir. You got multiple chests just lying around with some of the most valuable possessions of Azeroth? Interesting, sir. Interesting decision making. Now obviously some of the cool things that you can do as a Demon Hunter is double jump. We can also do some other cool stuff where we can go ahead and, you know, sail our way from these stairs. That will showcase in just a second. But I got the soul, so we'll be heading back, I guess, to, oh, actually, I was gonna head back to the one that gave us our assignment, but apparently not yet. Alright, so we got the crystallized soul. No need to thank me, just promise you won't accidentally blow anything up in the city. Our repair bills are already astronomical. The crystallized soul should power your communicator long enough to reach your allies. I must urge you to be cautious, Lowko. If that device is of Legion origin, then you may never know who among its creators might overhear your message. I'm sure your men eagerly await your return. Alright, so I'll be heading back to Jace again. So very shortly we will be able to use the communicator to get in contact, you know, with the allies. And most of the time there does seem to be, depending on the specialization in the class that you're playing, there does seem to be a certain cutscene that you'll be getting constantly. And the alpha, most of them don't seem to be done quite yet. You know, like at this point in the game at least. So there will likely be at least a couple of bugs that we will run into, or not maybe bugs, but like incomplete things. Sometimes you will also notice there will be like a sign next to a door, for example, that says this zone is currently still under construction, but I'll try and point out whenever that is the case. Alright, so we got the communicator, sir. Yes, that will do nicely. Release its energy to activate the communicator. It should already be configured to contact Aldrachi and her forces. If Saria is out there, we will find her and we'll make her suffer for her transgressions. Sweet. Alright. Aldrachi, report in. Have you located the Warblades? Oh, is this actually the weapon here? Oh, that would be pretty cool. Yes, Saria, broken shore. Encountered heavy resistance. Alright, we may be heading down to the broken shores then. Damn it all, incoming. Alright, so they're currently still in a battle apparently. We may be able to aid them in this. We'll see. We have the precision. We will do what we can. Sweet. Alright, Jace. Not good. Not good at all. Okay, and do you have any ideas? Alright, we'll be talking to one of the main Illidari that I chose while leveling up. We aren't going to get our forces anywhere near the broken shore without getting knocked out of the sky. I think it is best if you handle the matter yourself. There are none among us more capable in the field of battle. Save Aldrachi and her men if you can, but the Aldrachi Warblades will do far more for this war than their warm buddies. Ugh. Alright. Alright, well, I guess we'll be taking the Fellbed then and head down to the Broken Isle, or the Broken Shore. So right here you can actually, well, at least most likely, yeah, you can over there in the distance see some of the unfinished zones that are over there. Like there's just no textures on that area yet. So looks like we're gonna be flying to the shore right now. Actually an area that I haven't been to, I believe. No, I don't think I've actually been here, no. Man, Legion looks so good though. Like the graphics are really, really good looking. I mean, I know that it's not for everyone, but I do really like the look of it. Alright, so these artifact weapons are all obtained through like a certain scenario, and there's multiple parts to this. Like it's not like 3 parts and it's done. It seems like most of them are roughly 6 or so parts, and at the end of them you will be obtaining the weapon of choice, or the one that you chose. So let's have a look. Now we're gonna be playing this until the very end of this very first one. So yeah, we'll see what happens. All right. So Alaria the Soul Eater, how are you doing? Kalaria left me for dead. Or Saria left me for dead. The fool. Alright. Alright, so we have to go ahead and destroy the Legion's portals. Now, as you may be noticing as well with a little bit of stuttering in this video, there's definitely some minor lag spikes that I am getting right now as well. And that's not actually my computer. My computer is very good, so it's just mostly a lack of optimization, at least for the moment, for this zone. Now, there's a couple different skills that we got on this specialization that we didn't have when I made the video about, you know, about the Havoc spec. We got a couple of really cool AoE skills that actually can do a substantial amount of damage, whereas like our single target damage is significantly lower. Now, on top of that, we also actually have a stupid amount of sustain. Like, look at my health here. I mean, it's not dropping at all, right? I got a couple really cool skills. I don't think I'm going to be going over those in depth in this video. I may be explaining at least a couple of them. But at the very least, you know, you can notice, like, I got some really powerful skills that will allow me to turn into a demon every now and then if I really need to. And, you know, I'm capable of sustaining myself for a stupid amount of time. So, instead of the, what was the resource called again on the Havoc spec? I'm not 100% certain, but anyways, I believe it was called Fury. In this particular case, we got a resource called Pain, and Pain works much the same way. It's generated to certain abilities, and it is captured, you know, or spent rather with some of the other ones. Now, there's certain ones out here that cause very little pain, such as, for example, this armor ability, the Demon Spiked. And I'm basically trying to hold up at all times, which just increase my sustain by a lot. But then there's also, for example, the one that I got bound to my 1 key, this one right here, that costs 40. So it's quite a lot, and it's, you know, it's all up to you exactly how you want to be spending that, keep in mind. Also, since I am not level, you know, 110 yet, and not a max level yet, there's definitely still going to be some improvement here. Now, I think I need to go ahead and, like, target fire down something a little more efficiently, because this is pointless. Seems like they're spawning faster than I can deal with. Alright, there we go. That makes a little more sense that way. Alright, very good. Oh god. There's a big dude. There's a big dude. Now, like I mentioned, these things are by no means easy. Imagine if the lady would actually help me out, right? That would be nice. Alright, we're doing a lot of damage though. These little dudes will start dropping very shortly. Trying to target fire him down, make sure that that skill I got on my, you know, my 4 key is up at all times. All is good though. I can go ahead and use some of the soul stones as well. Actually, yeah, I do have 1 soul stone available still. It's not all too much, but there we go. The guy does go down. Now, these quests are meant to be done at level 100, so you should be able to start them off right from the get-go. As far as my gear goes, as you can see, like, it's pretty standard leveling gear here. It's nothing too special, nothing too exciting. I could have actually moved into demon form there. Anyways, let me end up looting these guys and start moving onwards to the next portal instead. Damn, we are getting slowed up a lot, aren't we? Is this actually like a little bug that is in this area, or is it meant to be running this slowly? I'm not sure. It may be thinking that we are, you know, a bit of a different spot. But anyways, we managed to do it. Cool. Alright. So we managed to complete the first 2 objectives so far. Pretty straightforward. We can also loot these, you know, these purple globes that you see floating about. They will give me some extra sustain too. There's a lot of different ways to stay alive, basically. Okay, there we go. We also have these sigils. The Sigil of Flame is the one that I like using a lot. It basically does, you know, just does AoE damage. Alright, let me mount up. So these text-to-speech things that you see at the bottom, they will be voice acted, at least in the end. It seems like every single one I've encountered so far with like finish points in the game will actually be completely voice acted as well. So, all right, let's just go ahead and eliminate those guys. All right, let me turn into a demon, which does work a little bit differently than the Havoc form. For example, one of the things too that is completely different is the fact that I all of a sudden have a lot less cooldown on it. Whereas it's 6 minutes, I believe, in Havoc spec. It's actually 2 minutes in this one, which means that I can just cast it a heck of a lot more often. And that's obviously, because we're a tank, very useful. Alright, so that's one of them down. There we go. I'll just keep on spawning this guy. I'm taunting them constantly as well to make sure that we don't lose the aggro and that Aldrachi doesn't start, you know, randomly attacking this. That would be unfortunate. Alright. Get him! Alright, cool. So the next one is going to be the Darkness of the Pit. Destroy Gorgonage. What's that smell? Is that Aldrachi? Alright, do I have to go up here? I don't actually know. I think so. Oh no, he's right there. I did not mean to go up there, sir. Alright.
I'm out of range.
Here we go. Time to start fighting. Now this fight may turn out to be a little trickier. Still have a minute cooldown remaining, or a minute and a half or so on my oh, I thought I dodged that. A minute and a half or so on my demonic ability. I'll go ahead and try and use as many of my sigils as possible as well. There we go. Very good. Oh, he is actually stunning me all the time. Like, he's going around all the place. He also just seemed to have spawned a Burning Crusher there, but he does take a lot of damage, and it may actually mean that one of my allies, or my ally rather, is helping out a lot. No, she can't take off these Infernals alone. That's alright though. We almost got the main guy down. Death is all that awaits for you. No, not for me, man. Gotcha. Alright. So we actually managed to complete this stage so far quite successfully, actually. The one that I did a couple days ago on the Hunter was actually much more difficult. Alright. Where are we headed? We have to continue. The Warblades are worth any sacrifice. Yep. I agree with that. Can we get inside of these rocks? Huh. Can I see? Yeah. Alright. So these rocks right here need to be thrown away. This is one of the skills. You can basically wall hack as a demon hunter. You have the skill to see past, you know, certain objects and whatnot, and you can use that to get a little bit more vision of what is right behind the wall. Don't think I really need to rush this. These things actually have a pretty substantial amount of health. I'll try and make sure I get rid of this. As you can see, like, the single target damage is kind of disappointing when you're in this spec, but obviously you're really just, you know, using this spec to be tanking damage. I think I'm just gonna bypass this guy. We'll fight multiple at once. Alright. So it looks like our ally, or at least one of our allies, has betrayed us successfully. That's kind of unfortunate. I'll turn into a demon once again. Make sure that cleaning up these dudes becomes a little bit easier. Activate the demon fire right now as well. The immolation aura, which will do AoE damage to anyone that is nearby. That's good for us. Alright. So these ones should be figured out very soon. A little bit more damage to complete here. Just making sure that I activate all of my abilities here, and then we'll continue down this path once again. Okay, very good. I do have the same skill, by the way, here with the throw glaive, the glaive toss, which is very similar to the one you have in Havoc spell. Okay. We'll go ahead and just activate our one skill here once more. Cleaning up little packs of trash though takes a long time. Like, that's why you obviously need the AoE damage of like other heroes or other classes. All right, just gonna bypass these. Alright. There's people that are dying here. Saria, what did you do? Saria, what did you do? I came here to save you. Oh, man. For every soul I claim, my power grows. I will rule this world. Alright. Saria's lost her mind. I guess we'll have to clean her from these warglaives then, right? Does she actually have them equipped? I think she does. Yeah. It's also actually kind of a lot of single target damage. We're getting there though. Alright, couple more of these revenants, couple of little tiny trash mobs. Then we'll be able to head onwards. What may very well be the final objective for this one. Obviously there's still a couple of follow-up quests as well, like we're not quite done yet. But here we are. Saria, what have you done? There we go. I can't quite activate my my demonic form yet. Oh man, these weapons look awesome. Those don't really look that much like warglaives though. That's kind of cool. Like they are definitely a little different than the one we had on the Havoc spec. I like that though. I like that idea of having like different kinds of them. Like they don't really look alike. You can easily recognize which ones people in your, you know, clan or guild or, you know, your raid group will be running. Okay, we don't even need our Dreamin' form really, but I guess I'll just activate it just to, you know, just for the sake of it. Oh well, she's trying to jump around, but we can also easily follow her. I love that ability, by the way, the Infernal Strike. Very fun ability. There we go. Alright. So we can now go ahead and claim the warglaives that she just left behind, and we'll be able to equip those and get them for ourselves. There we go. The Aldrachi Warblades. Those look awesome. So I guess those are the differences between warglaives and warblades. Look at how you carry them. Wow. Well fought, but celebration must wait. Legion reinforcements are approaching as we speak. Look at that. Oh, that's so cool.
I don't have a target.
Oh man, I want to see the attack animation when we're actually fighting. That's really awesome. Alright, let me jump on the bat. Get out of here. Sweet. It's nice that you immediately equip them though. Look at that. So cool. Alright. Looks like we're immediately heading back to Dalaran right now. At least we didn't have to travel very far across the lands. Searching far and wide for artifact weapons to understand the power that's inside, you know. Lowko, you're alive? Yes, of course I am, man. I wasn't even close to dying. Here, let me... Oh man, you guys are all gonna unmount right as I mount up? Alright, it's okay, Dark Weaver. What of the others did they... I see. They gave their lives for a worthy cause. The Warblades will change the tide of this war. Mark my words. We have managed to make contact with our forces on Mardoom. They were able to secure the Fellhammer in our absence. The rest of the Illidari eagerly await your arrival aboard. Matron Mother Malevolence should be opening a gateway rather, there for us in just a moment. Alright. So we have to enter the gateway to enter or to follow up the troops as well. Now, I guess I'll just, you know, go straight in there. Yep, I'll be coming with you. Now, basically all of the classes have a different kind of you know, get together kind of place. Like this is the main hub right here for the Demon Hunter, and this is the same for whatever class you're running, right? So this area here was the same when I was on the Havoc spec and the same for all of the other ones. So look at how amazing this area is. I mean, this is a full-on, you know, a full-on place for Demon Hunters, right? The worlds are colliding. You can see, you know, it's just very, very epic, and there's a lot of creepy whispering here. So over here, you have to complete a couple more quests. They are relatively easy. And the basic idea is that you will be learning a spell first off that will allow you to get back into the zone if you want to. And obviously, the more you do to this area and the more quests you follow in this area, the more useful this area will become. And it's like your Demon Hunter hangout club. Other classes can't get here, by the way, so it's only Demon Hunter, which is pretty cool. Although our forces have dutifully held this citadel since your departure, we've been unable to access most of its resources. The Fellhammer can only be fully activated by those bearing the mark of a Legion Lord. Thankfully, your blades carry that very mark. Use them to activate the Fellhammer. Show your forces your limitless power. Alright, so activate the Fellhammer and rally your Illidari forces. So this thing right here, we have to go ahead and activate, and we'll take control over the nerds that are in this area. Sweet. So there's an epic sound right there. Not completely sure if anything actually happens. Yeah, okay, look. It does actually happen. That's sick. Whoa. Oh, so maybe these planets aren't supposed to be appearing until we have activated that thing. But at the very least, we're summoning in all of the guys that we have. You know, we are summoning all of the troops in that we decaptured from the very first, you know, quest line, which you will be following when you are a demon hunter. You get 3 different types of armies. There we go. So those will now be on our side. We are the blades that will strike down the Legion. We are chosen warriors of Lord Illidan. We are Illidari. Alright. So we're activated the Fellhammer. We can now turn in that quest once again. So the Fellhammer is fully operational, Master Lowko. And now we got that spell that we can activate and use to get back towards this zone. So once again, I can also then get him as a follower to us, which will help us out quite a lot in our, you know, our garrison. The Fellhammer will be a fine home for our kind. But it is what we found within its depth that is the true price of our conquest. Battlelord Gordon and his Ashdong have it closely guarded. You should have him show you. Have Battlelord Gordon show you what your forces obtained. Alright, so we'll be heading down to the lower ground right now. Actually, is it over here? Oh, actually, it is over here. Alright. We'll be heading down to the low ground soon. Show me what you've acquired, my man. Ah, of course, right. This way. Alright. Legion reinforcements arrived quickly after you left for the Black Temple, destroying the portal behind you. Oh, it was a glorious battle. In the aftermath, we uncovered an ancient Natharazim forge used to create some of the Legion's most powerful weapons. We've guarded it carefully ever since. I think it will prove useful to you. So as you may have guessed already, it's actually right here, right? Yeah, it's this little cauldron right here that we can use to customize the weapon that we have just found. Even as we speak, the Legion's Dark Masters fashion new horrors in hope that they might destroy us, especially you. You must increase your own power as well. The cursed forge of the Natharazim, our greatest treasure from taking the Fellhammer, waits in the chamber ahead. You can use it to further empower your blades and maintain our edge over the enemy. So it is actually right over there. Alright. So notice this little thing right here, okay? So basically, now that we have captured these weapons, you can imagine like, hey, okay, so everyone that's gonna be running a Vengeance Demon Hunter will be having the exact same weapon. Well, technically speaking, yes, we will all be having these weapons right here. But realistically speaking, there's very, very many changes that you can be making to this weapon as well. And there's basically sort of like a tree to it. So I can go ahead and choose the Warglaif's power that I want here. And the very first sound that I will choose right here is going to be the Demon's Rage. In this particular case, it's actually a straight line up. But I've seen other weapons as well that are basically, you know, all over the place. We can change the appearances up over here as well. Which you actually can sort of display over there. So for example, the Illidari crest will make it look different. And we get different kinds of glows. You can definitely like change this to whatever, you know, appearance you would like to. I mean, Bone Terror, that looks completely different. And obviously they have very easy ways of, you know, adding on more of those kind of things in the future. So I actually kind of like these, the pink ones. Those all look very awesome though. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people run like bright green ones with the glowing aspect. So right now, we just have the most basic versions, and obviously the more you play, the more you'll be able to use that as well. And obviously, the more artifact power you get, which I'm not 100% sure how you will be unlocking that, you know, the stronger you can make your weapon as well. And eventually, Soul Cleave extends the duration of Metamorphosis and Immolation aura by 2 seconds, and you need to link those up, obviously. You have different kinds of powers, different kinds of things, but those will be for a later time to discuss. So those are going to be the Warblades that you will be getting when you are running the Vengeance specialization on a Demon Hunter in World of Warcraft Legion. If you have any suggestions of the next class, as well as the specialization that I should cover, let me know right below the like button in the comment section of this video, and I would love to have a look. So other than that, I want to thank you all for watching. Have an amazing day. Do not forget to smile, okay? And I'll see you in the next one.